welcome for the today's discussion. And our main discussion today is alignment of canals. So today we are mainly discussing about alignment of canal and some important questions. So we'll begin with now alignment of canals. A canal has been aligned in such a way that it covers the entire area proposed to be irrigated. So here, the alignment, or like no, we are aligning in certain way. That way should cover the proposed irrigation area, and the important is it should be shortest possible. So main canal should be in shortest possible, and even we have to take care about the construction cost of canal as well as the cross drainage work, that should be minimum. And if it is shortest length, then we can reduce losses of head due to friction and the smaller losses of discharge due to seepage, right? And even evaporation. So we have a losses due to friction and seepage as well as evaporation. And this water we can use for additional cultivation or additional irrigation area. And based on the alignment, there is a three classification. One is a ridge canal, contour canal, and side slope canal. So we'll see now in the with the help of diagram. Here you can see the diagram. Here we have a river with the constructed weir, and here you can see contours 100, 98, 96, 94, and here you can see these are the you can call drainage work, right? You can call it as a tributary or a small streams along the contours, right? So first we'll begin with the ridge canal. So here you can see main canal, and in that bracket you can see ridge canal. So here it is a ridge canal, or even it is called as a watershed canal, which is aligned along the contours, or sorry, which is aligned along the ridge line or highest elevation. Then we have contours, and the contour canal is aligned along the existing contours of the area. Then we have side slope canal, and in the side slope canal it is aligned perpendicular to the existing contours and along existing drainage, right? Okay, we'll see one by one in detail. So here it is a ridge canal, right? As by name indicates a ridge line, right? So we know what you mean by ridge line. So if I show with a diagram, right, just consider cross section of the valley, right? So cross section of the valley. Right. So just it is considered cross section of the valley, and this portion is called as valley. Correct. So this point and this point indicates the ridge. Right, is the highest elevation. So if we provide canal in this, and it is called as ridge canal. Correct. And why it is a providing of ridge here? Because it is a highest elevation which separates the two watershed, and if you provide canal here you can make more area under the irrigation. Even you can provide in this side and this side, and in the ground exactly this much of a steep slope will be not there. It is very minimum, and we are getting a very normal actually, but I want to show you which one is a ridge line, and by name only, and it is what naturally and by gravity we can supply the water on the both the side, and more irrigation can make, and you can increase the command area on the both the vein. Correct. And even because of providing at the highest elevation, the problem of constructing CD work, cross drainage work, we can remove it because it is the highest elevation and there is no requirement of cross drainage work, and even we can reduce the cost of construction of cross drainage work. Correct. And if it is a sudden change in the alignment of the canal. Why? Because there is a sudden change in the watershed or ridge line. Even you can see from this diagram, right? So here dotted line indicates ridge line or watershed line. And if you go along the watershed line, it covers the more area or more length, correct? So more length. So to avoid more length of providing canals, because as we studied, it should be less, correct? So that's what we are providing with a straight line, right? So this straight, right, is the alignment of canal to avoid more length. And here, if it is the area under the irrigation, then irrigation is not provided. So irrigation facilities are not provided in this. If it is a very, and even it is required for irrigation, then alternative arrangement has been made. Correct. And if it is a villages or any like no important places, and these kind of structures also provided, correct? Okay. Then we will go for contour canal. So by the name only you can understand it is provided along the contours. So a channel aligned nearly parallel to the contours of the area is called as contour canal. Right, but why it is important? The question is why we have to provide contour canals. Why? Because if you see the ridge canals which are there in the highest elevation, correct, and it is and even rivers are there in the valley. Exactly, if you see the valley and the like no based on the existing drainage, water will flow in the like no valley, correct. So, but it is very difficult to get the water to highest elevation by pump irrigation. And if you see the terrain and but most of the agriculture land will be there in the valley, correct. So it is very difficult to provide water to the irrigation because most of the places of irrigation will be there in the below valley, correct. So that's what the canal will be provided roughly parallel to the contours of the area, right, aligned roughly parallel to the parallel to the contours of the area, correct. And contours, the contours chosen for the alignment should be so placed as it to include all cultural area of the valley, right. The if we are choosing the contour to align the canal, the contour should cover all the cultural level area of the valley. Then, right now here it is we have to understand which one is a double bank canal and single bank canal, right? So if you see the one like no why it is a only construction of single bank because in the like no if it is a terrain like this, correct? So it is a slope can like no terrain, and in this we can provide canal here, correct? So in this we can provide canal, but in one side there is a natural barrier, right? Natural constructed area. So here no necessity of providing construction of channel here because already existing barrier is there, and only one side if you construct then it is called as single bank canal. And if it is both side it is constructed then it is called as double bank canal, correct? Okay. So then as I told, contour canals are like no, aligned along the existing contours, but it is not necessary that we have to follow the only one contour. If it is a requirement of natural slope or to provide water flow to gravity, some slope will be provided, and slope will be decided based on the surface area or existing and requirement as per the design and plan how much it is required, and there will be the change in the contours from one contour to another contour. And the main important is why we are changing the contours because to get like no slope for the gravity flow. Then we'll discuss about side slope canal. What do you mean by side slope canal and when it is provided? Correct. So side slope canal, it is a channel aligned roughly right angle to the contour. So the one indication is what? Roughly aligned like no right angle to the contours of the country. Right. And we'll see in the diagram how it is aligned. As I told, here it is a river and these are the contours 120, 100, 80, right, 60. So here like no canal is aligned right angle to the existing contour. You can see here it is right angle to the existing contour. And one more is it is provided along along um, 1 minute along like no natural drainage. For example, if it is a stream, correct, and which is a tributary, correct. So then it is provided along the existing drainage condition. Existing drainage means streams, right? And due to this condition there is no like no chances of getting cross drainage work because already we are providing along the natural drainage, and due to this we can save the construction cost of cross drainage work. So then we'll see very important it is general consideration for the alignment. So here the alignment of the canal should be to such a to ensure yes, such a to ensure the most economical way of distributing the water to the land. So here it should be most economical as high command as possible, and the important is it should cover high command area. Then minimum number of cross drainage work. Right here, these 3 points are there. One, construction should be economical, and it should cover more area and with a less number of cross drainage work. Next is the alignment of the canal on watershed being most economical is preferred. As a general rule, all the watershed laying in a command should be occupied by distributaries, right? As I told, command, right? How much area is covering by canal, that area should be covered with the distributaries or distributary canals. The length of the main canal from the point where it takes off from river to the point where it mounts as watershed should be minimum. So here it is a starting point of the main canal as well as the end point of the main canal should be minimum. The contour alignment should be changed in this way or that way in order to reduce number of cross drainage work to minimum. So when we are providing contour canals, it's not required that we have to maintain same contour. So we can change the contours and here and there because we have to reduce the cross drainage work, right? So to reduce cross drainage work, and we can change the contours. Alignment should be avoided villages. See, very important. The alignment should avoid villages, roads, cart tracks, cremation places, place of worships, and other vulnerable properties. It is a sensitive places or it like no important and it is already like no settlement of the people. Then along that the canal should not be aligned. Alignment should pass through the balanced length of cutting, right? Balanced depth of cutting. If not, it should involve minimum depth of cutting or minimum height of filling. So here it should be balanced with cutting and filling of the canal excavation. Here, the number of kinks and acute curve should be minimum. So sudden change in the alignment of the canal are avoided. Acute curves means like a sharp change in the alignment of the canal. Then the length of the canal should be minimum and branches etc should be economically planned. So whenever we are providing main canal, branch canal, distributaries, water courses, the length should be minimum. As I told, because we have to reduce the losses. So if it is a less length, then more will be the saving of water. So length should be minimum. The alignment should not be made in a rocky, brackish, or cracked strata. Right, cracked strata, leakage of water. Right, and even we should not provide in rocky area. Right, so it is avoided in these places. Then alignment of field channel or water course. Right, it is the end portion of the canal. So if you take the classification of canal, first will be the main canal, second is branch canal, and third is major distributary canal, fourth one is minor distributary, and fifth one is water course, which is supplying water to the farmlands. Right. So through maintenance of the field channel is the responsibility of farmers. It alignment should have following features. So whenever we are aligning, like no aligning water courses or field channels, we have to take care of some few points. So first point is they should be laid along the field boundaries. So if it is a agriculture land, right, there will be the boundary of each farmers, right? For example, if I take a diagram, right, if it is a like this fields, then if it is a property boundaries, correct? So here it is a like no, is the property of one farmer and it is a property of second farmer, right? So then the canal should be aligned in the boundary of the farmer. So here you can now supply the water as well as here also you can supply the water. Next is they should be capable of supplying sufficient water to the tail end. So whenever you are providing the water courses, even it has to be provided water with the for the tail end. Correct? It is the starting point of the water course and it is the end point of the water course. And even it is not like no good that if you are not providing water to these agriculture lands, right? So here also you have to provide how much it is important of starting point. Even we have to take care of end point supply. Separate field channel should be provided for high and low lands. Correct? So if it is high land, for that separately, and if it is a low land, separately, water courses are provided. The field channel should not pass through rocky, brackish, or cracked stratas. Right? Okay, so we'll see one of the important questions. So first question is define canal, explain different types of canal based on the alignment. So it is mainly related to classification of canals, but here they ask definition of canal and we have to make classification mainly based on alignment. That is ridge canal, contour canal and side slope canal. Next question is what is canal? List its types, explain it, knee sketch, its classification based on the alignment. Same question with a different way. Next is what are the considerations made during the alignment of canals, which we discussed now. It is what different considerations are made during the alignment of canals, right? You can see it is the features like no, we have to take care before aligning the canal, right? Explain various consideration for alignment of canals. Same question. Then what is canal? Explain various considerations of canal for the of a canal with the sketches, right? Even if required sketches, we have to make the sketches, right? All these three questions are mainly related to various factors which are considered for alignment of canals, very important, right? Okay. So then for this mainly I referred BC Punimia textbook, and even parallel you can refer Dr. N Balasubramania textbook. So thank you all.